Welcome back, everyone. Today is Sunday. What is it? March 13th. And I'm making this is like a prequel or a post-quill, really. I shot the footage for what you're going to see last week, and I had intended to change all the cylinders. Well, not all of them. I was going to do all three. The two boom and the stick. And I thought I'd be able to do them. So I shot the beginning of this video with saying that today we're going to remove all the cylinders. Well, as it worked out, you can see there's only one off, and you'll see you'll see why I did it and how I did it. So I needed to come out and make a new beginning to this. So I'll just give you a quick shot. I hate to give the ending in the beginning, but there you go. So the stick is off, the stick is down. It's to Jackie at Carolina Hose to start the process of rebuilding, and I just figured I'd come out and make this proper entry, especially since I didn't have one that said welcome back everyone, and my daughter Brittany would say you didn't welcome everybody back, but I wouldn't have been able to because the beginning of it said what I wasn't actually going to do. So that's what we're going to get into the beginning of this video. I'm gonna go back and put this in, and I think today actually Wendy is going to be working on her bed, so we should be able to video a separate footage for her making technically her first video. I know Jeremy got on me. Jeremy Wilcox from the UK said she already made a video, and I joked about it, but I mean her first actual video, not her intro Christmas wish for me video. So all right, it's enough yapping. I'm going to go get stuff ready for her, and then I'm going to get this into the video, which probably you won't see now for a week or two. I'm running a little bit behind on getting the videos out, but this will be up shortly. So here we go. All right, I'll just give you a quick shot up top here. You can see where I am, and here's the return line, the feed. Pretty good size hoses. They're not in bad shape. I'm not sure if I'm going to have those replaced or not. I'll have them look at it. But what I wanted to show you was how the grease, the automatic grease lines work. So you can see there's one run here, there's one run there, and I'll show the block later, but there's a manifold on the side of the boom where you can grease everything, pretty much everything that's up top, so you don't have to climb up to do it. So those have to be removed as well, but you have to remove this one first here because that has a swivel, and it won't spin otherwise. So I'm going to leave these attached. I'm going to leave all the hoses attached, and even the hard pipe. I know Chris takes them off, but I'm going to leave them on because then they can test it and make sure these work. And also, I don't feel like changing the O-rings. Every time I do that, they give me the wrong O-ring. So I'm going to leave it together and just be careful with it. And if they break it, well, they break it. But they're pretty good at Carolina Hose, so I don't have to worry about that. So just figured I'd give you a shot from up here, and I'll put the camera back down. Bring this smaller adjustable up there with it. What I'm going to do too is I'm going to put these on that pallet. I'm going to lay these on that pallet, and I'm going to take some 2x4 blocks and screw them to the pallet. Yeah. And then I'm going to ratchet strap it to the pallet, and then I can put the whole pallet in the truck, and then they can take it out and leave it on the pallet instead of having to move them all over the place. I think that probably would be better. Let's see if it's 17 millimeter. Bigger than 17 millimeter. I don't know if it's metric. That probably is metric. Is there, look in that bag, see if there's an 18 or 19 millimeter in the bag. I gotta get those off. Oh, can you get me the short? It's the short one right in front of you. No, right in front of you. Up. A lot of people don't ever grease up here, and then these pins won't want to come out. It's very greasy, so grab the nut. I want to just see if it's going to move. Wow, that should be enough pressure that the thing doesn't want to move. Well, what I may end up doing is I may end up going to get the basket.
Or the basket, that's what I mean, your basket.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do.
It'll be easier. Because it's swinging this one,
Yeah. Here, let me give you these. I don't want to drop them on our heads. Yeah. That's why we probably should have hard hats on. It didn't even budge. I would have thought that.
That sledgehammer never moved, you know.
It doesn't move with the sledgehammer. It's not good. Is when I'm going to run out of space.
Yeah, you need
at the same time. It did. I wonder if I should try tapping it back. Not that I want to go backwards, but maybe if I tapped it backwards it would come loose, but okay, here's a little tip. When you're doing the stick cylinder, do not stretch it out. Put it 90 degrees. We have to hook all those hoses back up. I had to hook the two hoses that went up to the stick cylinder because when it dropped down, when I finally knocked the pin out, I wondered why the pin was so tight. it yeah, it sunk down. The rod on the stick cylinder was not even in all the way, so there's a lot of pressure on it, so I got to start it back up. I can't move the stick anymore, but I'm hoping that the gravity of lifting up that, and I can still flatten the bucket out. So we'll give it a try. Oh, it's always something.
Makes life interesting.
Well,
Type interesting.
I'm not sure that's the word I would use. You know what happens to nice guys.
They come in last.
Before it gets sprayed with hydraulic oil if you turn it the wrong way.
You can see how she wants. I get it. I get to do that type.
So we don't have to be too crazy. Maybe a little crazier than that. You know what I think we're going to do? I think we're not going to undo those until we lower them down.
Okay, yeah.
So that I can suck them in without having oil go all over the place.
Yeah.
Now that I know.
Yeah.
All right, I think everything's on, right? There's nothing open that can spray me or you. Two top ones are on.
Yeah, grease fitting?
Nah, that won't matter.
No.
No, the grease fitting won't. There's no pressure. That's only when you put the grease gun to it. Okay, that was 57 minutes. Note to self, don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I took the top pin out first, wondered why we were beating on it so much. There was a lot of pressure. I thought it was down all the way. I pushed it, but apparently everything wasn't out all the way. So when the pin finally popped out, everything dropped down and the hoses almost broke. One hose is long enough, one is barely long enough, so I'm gonna have those remade, with the second one being longer. And we were able to get the pin back in like it was nothing. So the good thing is now the lower stick pin right there is easy to get at, and the top one is already ready to come out. So hopefully this will work well. And I think that there's enough room. I was just worried that when the piston was all the way in, that there wouldn't be enough room between the bucket to get that straight down, but I'm hoping that there is. Hoping, that's always a good thing. Let's hope. should have a shut-off valve. Oh, can't do that. Do me a favor. Go around the back of the machine. No, it'll take longer. Go the front. Go this way. Go to the other side. Gotta hop up. Otherwise, I'm gonna get a bath here. I don't need one. Go up on the track. Walk down towards the gas tank. See that button right here? Stop. Yes, sir. Yeah, push it. That takes the pressure out of the hydraulic system. The only other thing I can do, which would be waste of freaking gas, would be to drive this one to her. Those birds are excited over there. Probably gonna have to come forward a little bit to get it out, and hopefully those rest of those sleeves don't fall out. Okay, here's the end of the day, and this was end of day. As you saw, it was very difficult to do the stick cylinder as well as the boom cylinders at the same time without caps. I did get a cap. I think I talked about it. I don't know if I did. I've got to get one other cap, but 16 millimeter cap and a 14 or something up there. I had the 14, but I only had a male of the 16, and I need to get a female of the 16. But anyway, just about stretched out those hoses trying to do this. It's down. There shouldn't be a lot of pressure on those pins if you're trying to bang them out. Like this one came right out. If there's pressure on it, it's gonna be hard to bang on. But so you got to try to get that off. So these are the things I learned. I'm just trying to help people in the future. These will lower down. I'm not going to disconnect the hoses. Once I get the caps, I can fire it up again, pop that pin and the collar off, retract, grab it with the strap, retract the cylinder while it's all hooked up. It'll get a lot of that crappy oil into the tank so I can dump it. Luckily, I haven't done that yet. All the weight is sitting on these blocks here, so we won't have anything jump like it did the last time. I'll do the other side. I was going to try to put these on a pallet and bring them just in the back of the truck, but I am going to put them on the trailer because 3 of those are monsters and they take up a lot of space. So I'm going to load those on the 16-foot flatbed, and I'm going to have these 2 hoses redone as well, but this one here really got stretched. I'm surprised it didn't come off when that after that pin came out. And if anybody wants to see how the greasing works inside there, I don't know if you can see it, but they put a crisscross pattern, so it distributes grease everywhere through the whole pin, which is pretty interesting. Oh, the geese are coming in. Oh, they're taking off. They're going for dinner. Sometimes they go to the neighbor. But all right, so I still am going to have another day of taking off the boom cylinders, and I'm going to do that as a separate video. I'm going to do this as it's standalone, I think. So if I have time, well, I'm probably not going to make 2 trips, not with the price of fuel. Let me turn this around. I'm not going to make 2 trips, I don't think, with the price of fuel. It's about a 40-minute drive one way for me to go. So I'd like to go get that one going, but she might as well order all the seal kits at the same time. We're supposed to get rain. Today is Wednesday. We're supposed to get rain tonight. It's kind of looking like it's going to rain now. It's supposed to rain tonight, and it's going to rain tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's not looking too good for getting this done, but I still have to leave the tractor out. Uncle Greg's supposed to be getting a delivery of the bumper for his Jeep. It was supposed to come a month ago, and they keep putting it off, and they put it off from earlier this morning to tonight. So we'll see. But all right, well, I guess that'll be the end of this video. So hopefully you learned something if you want to change the cylinders on your own machine, what not to do, and what I've learned to do. So again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one, and the next one will be removing the boom cylinders. Okay, here we are next day. I got ready to take off the boom cylinders. I put those across so that I can just lower this down and then retract the cylinders. And after thinking about it, I think I've made an executive decision. I don't really have to ask anybody, so kind of easy executive. But what I'm going to do is I am just going to bring the stick cylinder down, have that one repaired, reinstall it, so at least I have that, in which case I can then stretch the stick out so that this will be a little bit lower, maybe not really lower than it is now, I guess, but it'd be pretty close. But the main thing that I was thinking about, until those rods are retracted, they're gonna hit the bucket. So I can't retract one without the other because I have to lower one at a time. So it's just going to make it a lot more difficult. Initially, I measured it. If it's retracted all the way, it will pivot down and not hit the bucket. I have about an inch to play there. But like I said, because I can't retract the cylinder one at a time because they both work together, there's no way that I can do that comfortably. And plus, if you look, it did settle down a little bit, and my block started to tip a little bit, and at least now they're held on by that. If I need to, I could always lift it up if need be. So I think it'll be, and again, it doesn't matter for time wise. It'll add another week or two to the whole length of the thing. Give me time to get this cleaned up, and but overall I think that'd be the best way to do it. So, and if not, I'm still going to do it that way because it's not going to hurt anything and it will make it easier. So I'm going to get that loaded up, and I'll get some shots of loading it up, and I'll get some shots of them unloading it when I get to the hydraulic shop. So let me get to it. It's cold today. Alright, I'm going to put a couple of triangle blocks, angle blocks, to keep it from rolling, and strap her down. And it's about a 45-minute ride each way, 45 minutes, so I get it moving. Okay, we are all hooked up and ready, strapped down. I left my straps on there so that it'll be easier and quicker for them to get them off there, and then I'll take them back so I can get the other ones on. I'm actually going to stop. I have to go right by the Solid Waste Authority, who has a lot of compost, and they have mulch and all that, and Wendy needs compost for the for all the raised beds. And I'm gonna go, and even though this is a dump trailer, I'm gonna take those 2x10s. I'm just gonna put a couple on the side, each one, let them dump it on and cover it with the tarp. That's in between here and there. It's only about 20 minutes away, so I don't have to go too far from there getting back to here. So I'm gonna do that. I was gonna take the dump truck down there, but since I'm driving right by anyway, so all right, I'll get some shots when we get there. Well, I didn't film them unloading the cylinder at Carolina Hose, but I did think afterwards, or before I went, I could make use of the trip because it goes the same direction, and Wendy wanted some compost. So I got that whole pile of compost. It's almost 2 tons of compost for $39. So I got to get it unstrapped, and hopefully soon Wendy will be making a video of getting her beds ready to go, because before long it's going to be too late. Let me get this unloaded. It's starting to rain a little bit. Well, I got the grill guard on Uncle Greg's Jeep, and I didn't video it because you would have heard nothing but swears, and I would have had to beep the whole thing out. But it's on, it looks good, and I can tell you I wouldn't do another one. And Wendy did start to do some garden work. Those are some seeds, and she was working here and got some supplies out of there. And she didn't want me to video her, but we're gonna sneak up on her and we get a couple of little video. Maybe we can get her to do it again. So she got some things in there, and there she is in action. But I won't video her long. Yeah, long. Yeah. There we go. So that says everything.